can you tell me a little bit about this project? What is the council wanting to build?
So what's happening with this is that in the past drought, the last drought that we had, the water supply for Wellington was under pressure because it took all of its water out of the river. And as we know, Burrendong Dam had next to no water in it. The flow of water past the water treatment plant was getting very low, and so it put that supply under pressure. The idea of actually mixing bore water with river water makes a lot of sense, and it's what we do in Dubbo, and we can actually increase the amount we take from the bores if we need to for any reason, and obviously drought is the main reason that we would do that. So what this project is all about is giving Wellington the same access. So this will be a 5.5 kilometre pipeline, taking it from some of the bore fields that are already in existence in Wellington, taking that pipeline across to the water treatment plant so that we can then mix bore water with river water as we need. And typically it's a bit of a shandy. You typically want to take more water out of the river because the amount of treatment you've got to do on river water is less than the amount of treatment you've got to do on bore water. But when you've got no other option, then obviously you can increase that take from the bores.
And I understand, so looking at the press release, it's saying that the tender has been awarded and early construction works are starting, this month. Is that the case? Can you any more detail about what work has started, or is it about to start?
Yeah, no work's actually started yet, but that work, certainly some preliminary work, some planning work has started, but people in Wellington will start to see this construction. It'll take about 20 weeks to complete, so there's obviously a fair bit of work involved in that. And again, you'll see people out there digging trenches, laying pipeline in there, obviously a very major construction work to actually do all that. You've actually got to come across the river as well, which seems strange, taking water from one place, going across the river and taking it to the water treatment plant. So yeah, it's a fairly large construction project, hence the time that it'll take to do that. And there'll be some various traffic restrictions in place as the project goes on. People in Wellington will become used to that over the next few months, seeing that in place. But again, for Wellington residents, it'll be a bit of confidence that they know they've got that ability to keep accessing that water, even if we do get another extreme drought. I'm going to say when we get another extreme drought.
And will this bore be used only to top up the existing supply, or will it be used concurrently with pumping from the river?
So the ability with the bore is that you can choose where you take it from. Again, we'll typically take more water from the river because there's less treatment we've got to do on that water. If we needed to, for whatever reason, we might need to take more from bores for a variety of reasons, but typically we would only use this when we needed to. We might have a small shandy that goes forward. For example, we might have a 90-10 mix, for example, where we only took 10% of our normal water from the bores just to make sure that everything's still flowing there. So if we need to turn it up to a higher level, we can. If you got to the stage where you had an extreme drought, you could take 100% of the water from the bores if you needed to.